Dear students, in two previous lectures, we have discussed several very important problems based over different theoretical characteristics of Bessel's function. In today's lecture, we will discuss the final segment of important problems based over Bessel's function. Question number 1 given in two parts. Question number 1 part A, where we have to prove d by dx of that expression jn square plus jn plus 1 square equals to twice of n by x jn square minus n plus 1 by x jn plus 1 square, or that other expression is also written, which is obviously alternative form of that required statement. How? If you simplify it, d by dx of jn square is 2jn jn dash, then plus jn plus 1 whole square's differentiation is plus 2jn plus 1 jn plus 1 dash, and then that 2 can be taken as common, then the left hand side of that alternative statement can be observed, and that 2 is multiplied with 2 in right hand side, and x is common, 1 by x is taken as common in right hand side, then remaining is n jn square minus n plus 1 j n plus 1 square. So it's about alternative form only. That means we have to prove any one form like that. That form is obviously there. And in part B, we have to show that j0 square plus twice of j1 square plus j2 square plus j3 square plus up to infinite equals to 1. And part B is obviously in some connection of part A. So we will discuss solutions one by one. Solution of part A. We start with that left hand side, d by dx of jn square plus jn plus 1 square. As I told, it is simply differentiated, named as equation 1. Now, as we have seen in two of previous lectures, or maybe more than that, whenever we talk about theory or practical problems of Bessel's function, recurrence relations play an important role. So here we are using first recurrence relation, and using that we have value of jn dash in terms of n by x jn minus jn plus 1, and that jn dash as it looks can be substituted there in first term of right hand side of equation 1. Then we are using recurrence relation 2 also, and we know that recurrence relation 1 and 2 both can provide jn dash with different right hand sides. So using recurrence relation 2, one more form of jn dash is obtained, minus n by x jn plus jn minus 1. And then we are not using that directly. Instead of that, we are replacing n by n plus 1 in this second recurrence relation. So it becomes jn plus 1 dash equals to minus of n plus 1 upon x jn plus 1 plus j n plus 1 minus 1 means jn. So that is about jn dash from recurrence relation 1 and jn plus 1 dash, which is created from recurrence relation 2. And then substituting these equations 2 and 3 in right hand side of equation 1 at these two places. What is happening now? D by dx jn square plus jn plus 1 square, left hand side is 2jn into value of jn dash is that one, plus 2jn plus 1 into value of jn plus 1 dash is from equation 3. Then it is the simple task remaining. Now you multiply 2jn from both these terms, 2jn plus 1 from both those terms. You can check that minus 2jn jn plus 1 and plus 2jn jn plus 1 is cancelled, and 2 by x is common in remaining two terms, and then it is nothing but the remaining, the required right hand side of that part A, and we started with left hand side, we reached up to right hand side. So that is about the derivation of part A, and you have to remember this, because in part B we will use this part A again in next. See, part B is started with writing part A again, and what we are doing, we are substituting different values of n in part A one by one, starting from 0. Whole numbers are substituted for n, 0 1 2 3 etc., and n equals to 0 is providing that first equation d by dx of j0 square plus j1 square equals to twice of 0 minus 1 by x j1 square. Then for n equals to 1, that part A becomes some other equation, for n equals to next equation, etc. And by doing that we are shaping the part B. How? If we add these all equations together up to infinite, left hand side is nothing but d by dx as an operator taken common as left hand side, then j0 square plus j1 square 2 times added, j2 square 2 times added, etc. So j0 square plus twice of j1 square plus j2 square plus j3 square plus up to infinite. And right hand side you can see 2 0 into 0 is 0, then minus 2 by x j1 square plus 2 by x j1 square cancelled, minus 4 by x j2 square plus 4 by x j2 square cancel. So in cross we are having all cancellations, so it will become 0. And one more reason is there, as we are adding it up to infinite, as n tends to infinite, any jn will become also 0 as a limiting case. So in and all, that right hand side becomes 0, and then we integrate that equation. So in left hand side only one thing will change, that d by dx will be eliminated by the process of integration, and we are remain with j0 square plus twice of j1 square plus j2 square plus up to infinite. And in right hand side, as 0 was there, so integrated as a constant named equation 1. Then to evaluate, or in order to calculate value of c, we substitute x equals to 0 in that equation 1, and we know about certain things, that value of j0 at x equals to 0 is 1, value of j1 j2 j3 etc at x equals to 0, as you can see, all are 0. You have to remember these results all the time. And then as j0 square at x equals to 0 is 1, so value of c is 1, so substitute that value of c in that equation 1. That is the required result, that is the derivation or completion of part B. One more important thing can be said at here. Say if in examination you have to prove that part B only is coming in examination, or part A is not there in any examination, you have to attempt part B only. What will you do? You have to start with that part A as a formula. So remember part A as a formula, and then substitute part and different values of n, and then reach up to part B. So it is important to remember the formula. In fact, you have to remember the part B also as a formula. It can be utilized in some other problem also. As you can see, question number 2 again given with two important parts, part A and part B. And here that part B again depends upon part A, like previous problem. We start solving part A with that left hand side d by dx of x jn plus 1 equals to, if you differentiate it as product of three different factors, say x is differentiated as 1 and jn plus 1 are left, plus x is left along with that differentiation of two factors, it is multiplied. So jn dash into jn plus 1 plus jn into jn plus 1 dash is multiplied with x. Then we set it with some trick. First term is invariant. In second term, we are x is multiplied with both these terms, and it is kept in a standard pattern. Like x jn dash is in a bracket with jn plus 1 plus x jn plus 1 dash. That dash is with x, okay, and jn taken outside. Now using that recurrence relation first and second again, like previous problem, question number 1 was also based over these two recurrence relations. So it is some kind of similar pattern of problem, but problem is obviously totally different. Then using relation 1 x jn dash there can be substituted, and then recurrence relation 2 is there with x jn dash, but like previous problem, question number 1 part A, we replace n by n plus 1 in that second recurrence relation to get x jn plus 1 dash equals to minus n plus 1 jn plus 1 plus x j n plus 1 minus 1 means jn. Then we use these equations 2 and 4 to substitute values of x jn dash and x jn plus 1 dash at these two places in equation 1. And finally, by substitution and simplification, several terms will be cancelled out, like minus x jn plus 1 whole square, and that is jn plus 1 with positive sign, and there you can see if that minus n plus 1 is multiplied with that, so it's minus jn plus 1 will be cancelled with that, and minus n jn plus 1 will cancel with plus n jn plus 1. So we will be remain with only two terms in which x will be common, and that is the completion of part A. Remember this part A, it will be utilized in part B next. Now we talk over part B, and in part A we are substituting values of n starting from 0, then 0 1 2 3 etc. Just what we did in part B of question number 1, we are doing the same in part B of question number 2. By doing that, in part A these values are substituted to produce the equation 5 6 7 up to infinite. Now we are doing one more thing, we are multiplying these equations 5 6 7 respectively by 1 3 5, that is odd natural numbers, and then we are adding as per the requirement. We are doing that all, and in left hand side you can see d by dx as an operand is common in left hand side, and then x is also common as a necessary factor of operand operator outside, then operand x is common, then j0 j1 plus multiplied with 3, so 3 j1 j2 plus 5 j2 j3 etc. equals to, in right hand side say x is common, then j0 square minus j1 square multiplied with 1 plus j1 square minus j2 square multiplied with 3 plus 5 j2 square minus j3 square etc. And in right hand side that bracket can be simplified as j0 square plus 3j1 square minus j1 square is plus 2j1 square plus 5j2 square minus 3j2 square is plus 2j2 square, so plus 2 will be common in remaining terms. And then what we are doing, see that it is equals to x into that bracket is 1 from where I told you in the same lecture, it is coming from question 1 part B. I told you that, remember that also as a formula. So here it is also important to remember these results as a formula so that it can be utilized in any other problem. So theory practical all well mixed here. Fine. So it's question number 8, and it is x finally. So d by dx of that expression equals to x is integrated now in terms of from equation 8. So d by dx is integrated, so it's eliminated, so x into that bracket equals to integration of x is x square by 2 plus some constant of integration. Now we substitute x equals to 0 in that equation 9 to obtain the value of c. So what will happen, it's 0 into that all 0 equals to half into 0 square 0 plus c, so value of c is 0. And if you substitute value of c in equation 9 again and divide both the sides by x and 2 is multiplied there, you will get the final form of part B. So that is almost everything about that third section of important problems of Bessel's functions. So dear student, we have solved many problems over Bessel's equation through 3 sections, part 1, part 2, part 3. You must practice them well, and in next lecture we will start some other topic.